Alright, so try to go over this kind of quickly. You do have a microphone with this, and you just twist that. You can change the batteries, 2 AA's. Doesn't come with them. Unfortunately, this is the worst part of the whole unit, but also probably the biggest reason why people buy it. And it has 2 levels of on, although I'm not sure why, because there's no mention that I could find about that. So I'm not 100% certain, but no matter what, when you use this, the audio is terrible. If you cup your hand around it like this and speak down into it, it's able to pick up better, speaking directly straight down into the top of this, but overall, not very good. I was going to have someone I know sing and record it and, you know, all this. When I heard what this sounds like and how bad this is, I decided don't even try. So that part kind of kills it. But I don't care about the karaoke aspect myself so much, or the PA function as much. A little bit would have been nice, but anyway, you have a little barrel connector for the power, and it's something you could actually charge and use the unit at the same time. Run time is going to be a couple of hours. I guess depending on what you do, exactly how long, whether you're running lights or not. You know, you may be able to get more than that, but it's documented for about 2 hours. You may get more than that. I've been playing with it off and on, but I try to keep it charged because I don't really know. And I don't want it to run out in the middle of like watching movies and stuff. So you have pretty good instructions included with this, and it goes through and tells you about, you know, all the functionality of this. I was able to record some things, play back some things from the micro SD card slot fairly easily, delete files from it. It's all documented in the actual unit. You got a 3.5mm audio cord, a remote control which has a lot of the functionality, but I found that if you adjust the volume here, you need to adjust it here first to a highest level and here to the lowest to get the maximum volume out of the unit via the remote. Otherwise, you crank this up, and if this is turned down, it's only going to max where this is cranked to. So if you put this at 1/4 and max this, you're only going to get 1/4 out of the whole thing. So come close to max, 3/4 or more on this, then adjust here, you can get a lot more audio. You also have some warranty information. Now the unit itself, of course, you have your main speaker. I believe it's 8-inch and 3-inch speakers on this unit. You have a digital display, and you have your light control, mic priority. So if I was playing FM radio, hit mic priority, you'll hear the PA system over top of the speakers, and it'll quiet the other. There's a blue ring here. We'll see that in a minute. EQ, I think there's about 4 different presets that you can shift between. Makes a little difference. You can hear it. Record, delete, that's if you have a USB or micro SD. Needs to be in FAT32. NTFS doesn't seem to be recognized. Just a heads up. You have 1 and 2 inputs for your mic. The Velcro, if you can see it's because I put Velcro on this because it sits right there perfectly. You have your power switch, your battery indicator that I believe is red and then blue if I remember. I was charging so many different things. Your input for charging, your mic, the micro SD card, line in, USB, track navigation, and radio seeking back and forth, play, pause in between, and the mode and shift button. Then you have your echo for the mic, your mic volume, like boost levels, bass, and treble. On the back side, go ahead and flip this on. And that's just a random little clip that's on the micro SD card that it's automatically playing. On the back side, you have this metal here. I put this here. It's something I'm using to hold the microphone. But you have a push button here. Raise that 2 levels. Drop that 2 levels. Nice wheels on the bottom. Some feet on the front. And you have the FM radio antenna here. FM radio antenna, you can also grab this here on the sides very easily. As far as your lighting goes, you can see the lighting in the 3 speakers. You push that, you turn it off. Of course, that's going to give you more battery life. Exactly how much, I don't exactly know. Charging, I think I spent 2.5, 3 hours roughly on charging. Maybe a little bit more than that. Depends on where you have the battery, I suppose. So,
shut up and sit down.
thing gets pretty loud. Of course, you can you can change country music, that's the station that happened to picked up the last time. You hold down the play and all you can do it auto search, and that was just one of the stations that picked up really clearly. And of course, if you hit it again, Bluetooth mode. Bluetooth works great, pairs up quick, easily, streams really well, sounds really good. You can record and delete. If I go back to the radio, let's go back to radio, flip the mic.
Hello, hello, hello.
You can actually hear how it muffles the radio, puts the mic at priority.
Hello, hello.
So it actually sounds not bad if you get your mouth right on top, but if you're holding this or like this, anything like this, it's not working very well.
You get right down on top of it.
I mean, I'm
Basically,
I have to touch the actual,
hello,
I have to put my mouth against the microphone.
right there. If it's not right there, you really don't hear
Hear it. You see, it's the smallest little change
it. There you go. Big difference.
between this, holding it close by.
And putting it right up here. So, but then you get that boom echo.
And if you record that, it doesn't sound very good, I don't think.
Hello, hello.
But by any means, you can kind of mute that when you're on FM mode. But if you hit this record and delete, depending on long press, short presses, and things with the shift and all modes and such, how you actually operate it. I'm not here to give you the instruction manual, repeat it to you. It is included, and it does tell you how to do that. I was able to record myself multiple times. It'll create a record folder on the micro SD card, and I believe it's saved as a WAV file, if I recall. But it does play back MP3s, but it has to be, again, in FAT32. So overall, range on the remote's about 10 to 15 feet, maybe, roughly. Maybe a little bit more, but that's about where it falls. It's not all that heavy. You hear that hum. I think that's related to the mic, because as soon as I shut that off, it doesn't do it. Even when I kind of try to back away from it, I hear that just a little bit. So I think maybe it's just the mic's not that high quality. If you're going to use this in a PA capacity, I don't have it to test, but I'm going to say that using mic 1 and mic 2 for an actual plugged-in version is probably going to be ideal rather than this. I can't think of any reason or anything I can do to make this any better, but I don't like this part at all. So that takes away from a little bit of the rating. Otherwise, I like it. It sounds good. It gets very loud. The audio is a little bit of a quirky thing, like I said before. The lighting is pretty cool. You have the blue LED on top, as well as the lighting. So overall, it works really well. Stations actually tune in fairly well, which is kind of a problem in my area. And it rolls really well, like a suitcase. Echo and mic volume, bass treble, all those, they actually make a substantial difference. It's a really nice unit overall. I just hope it continues to work. I'll plug it up and use the line in and play movies and such with this. So I just wanted to share that with you really quick, give you an idea of what to expect, and hope that that is helpful, and that I haven't went over my 10-minute mark. Thank you.